Dear traders, this is Albert with Trading Diary, and I would like to welcome you to the review of the 8th week of 2025. And I'm red overall, so I had a couple of days up, a couple of days down, and I finished red overall. A couple of my positions sold off really hard, especially on Friday, so I had a massive sell-off. I'm going to talk about a couple of positions that I closed, and I'm going to talk about a couple of positions that I opened during the week. So let's go over the overall market first, SPY first, and then let's have a look at my positions, and then I'm going to talk about them in detail. So here the S&P, as we can see, so we were in an upwards trend for the first couple of days of this week, and then we had a sell-off day on Thursday, but we closed strong, and then a massive sell-off day on Friday, really hard. So I lost a bunch of money overall in quite a lot of my positions that I was also going to close down on Friday due to this. So here the VIX, we moved up to 19 points. So let's have a look. So let's start first with the positions that I closed. So to start with, HIMS, this really hurt. So this is my entry point. Here we can see here looked like a cup and handle on the weekly, and then here cup and handle on the daily. I got in here and I was up about 122%, 130%, really nice. And then what happened? Friday, massive gap down, and then in the pre-market someone dumped over 3 million shares here, so price dropped. And on the open, I hit the sell button to get out as soon as possible. But I had already lost half of my position. So I was up about 1,500. And then I think I'm still up 700. I was going to sell it anyways because earnings are coming up. So I was going to sell a huge position. I was thinking to keep like 5 shares perhaps. Anyways, but it hurt. It hurt. Such a pity. It was such a nice run. I was so happy with this buy. So happy. Anyways, I think I've got to get used to things like this, right? I mean, I will never sell the top and I will never buy the bottom. So I think it's okay. I still made a lot of money on this trade, and it's a good trade. It's a good pick. So overall, I'm happy with it. So the next one, LTBR, I also got out here on Friday as it was closing below the 10 EMA. On Thursday, it was gapping down and then selling off, but then there was some strength and it got bought up again above the 10 EMA, but then on Friday it closed below it. So I was going to sell it. And also there is earnings on the 27th. So I was going to sell it anyways. And here, if you look at the weekly here, so this looks now a cup, and I think the handle is going to form here. So let's wait a bit, and then after the earnings, let's see what it does from here on. So give it 2 or 3 weeks. Let's see what it does. I'm green on LTBR, not massively, but I'm green. HOOD, a rather sad story. So I sold on Thursday as it was closing below the 10 EMA here, midday. So as it was breaking the lows, I thought, okay, this is not going to work anymore. So let's get rid of it. Overall, made 23 or 25% on HOOD. It was up at some point 46%. So gave back half of it. I might have to work on my selling rules. Perhaps sell partials at 40%, 1/3, keep the rest, something like this. Would overall give me a better performance. TEM, another stock that I sold on Friday here, as you can see. So Friday, as it looked weak, and also as earnings are coming up, I got rid of it and I made on 27%, so let's say 30%. So a 30% move on TEM, a really nice trade. So let's see, I got in here on the weekly, kind of a cup and handle perhaps, but not really. But on the daily, it's much better. Here, look, this looks like a low cheat, like the cheat area. If I'm referring to Mark Minavini here as a handle, so here we've got the cup, here the low cheat of a handle, and then here would be the proper handle. So here I got in the cheat area, didn't get out on this day as it gapped down, but then closed strong and held it through the move until it closed below the 10 EMA. Really nice. I'm really happy to insist on my selling rules, and I'm getting rid of the stocks now. Another thing is that I've got a lot of open positions, so I was quite happy to sell a couple of them really nicely performing stocks as they are getting tired now and as the earnings dates are coming up. So let's talk about a couple of new positions that I opened this week. Let's have a look at PONY. This is a stock that I've been observing for a couple of days now, weeks now. I already got in a couple of times, but I missed a bigger breakout. But here now we had this really nice kind of cup and handle, and then bounce of the 10 EMA, and on Friday a massive move on 5 times relative volume. I got in with 100 shares as it broke the 5 minutes and as I saw this massive volume coming in. So it broke the 5-minute opening range, and I think I anticipated a bit, and I even got in while I saw the strength, and I got in. And I mean, I made in one day about $450, $468. I can't complain about this, can I? I mean, that is amazing. Going up from 18 to 23, nearly $24. Really nice move here on PONY. So on the weekly, it would be this kind of double bottom, but although this one is a bit higher, so kind of, I don't know. I was waiting for this stock. It felt like it was going to go somewhere, and I already got in here, got stopped out, and anyways, I've been observing this stock, this ticker for a while, and I'm really happy that it worked. So let's see if there's going to be any follow through on Monday and next week. I mean, this has been a massive move, so let's see how it goes on. Then we've got another one, APLD. I'm still in APLD here. As you can see, got also in on Friday for the 5 minutes opening range break. As it gapped up and then had a strong open, I got in, was nicely up, but then it had been selling off for the rest of the day on Friday. So I guess that I don't know what to do now. To be honest with you guys, I don't know what to do because it's been going for new highs here, but then selling off a lot. So let's see what it does on Monday. Nearly 3 times relative volume here on this day. Also the previous days were quite nice here on massive volume. So let's see, this is kind of a cup and handle. So we've got the cup here, the handle area here, and even on the weekly, it's building higher lows. So I think there is some potential in this ticker APLD. So let's see what it does on Monday. Now QBTS, I've been observing QBTS and I've been getting in and out about here. So QBTS had this massive move of about 800% here from $1 to $11. And then pulling back to the 10 EMA on the weekly here and grinding now the 10 EMA before here breaking out on the weekly and also breaking out on the daily. So I bought it here as it was pushing up. I missed it. I did not see it here. Then I missed it here. I was hesitating too much and then I bought it here. On the third pullback, second pullback here, but then no follow through. The next day, follow through here, rather sideways, and then here gap up, and it had been selling off on Friday. So let's see what it does on Monday. I'm curious to see. I think this has been a massive move here. So let's see if QBTS has got more potential than this. So these are the stocks that I bought. I bought a couple of other stocks, but they did not work out. And I'm going to discuss a couple of those now. So WGS, I bought this as it was gapping up on Tuesday. So it was first gapping up on earnings, then strong push, selling off. And then as it was breaking the VWAP here, I thought, okay, this has got some potential. I got in, I gave it a try, I got in, and it had this nice move on Tuesday of about 12%. Then on the other days, it has been selling off until I got out here on this day as it was breaking the lows here. So I thought, okay, no, I'm getting out. And I got out for a loss. WGS. So HIMX I bought here on Friday for the break and then got stopped out nearly immediately. So here it was having this wide range opening range, then consolidating. And as it broke, I thought that it could go to the upside after this consolidation as it was riding the VWAP and the 10 and 20 EMA. But no, it sold off for the rest of the day and I got stopped out for a loss of $50. STIM is another one. STIM, as you can see here. So it had this sideways consolidation, flat top here, hitting its head a couple of times, closing strong. Price action was going down, volume was going down. Then it had this big breakout day here on 2 times average volume that I missed. I got in the next day here and then sold it for a loss a couple of days later. So no follow through here. On the other hand, I think this was to expect. So there's earnings coming up. So the first thing I thought, okay, I'll ride it for a couple of days and then I will sell it. And then the other thing is that it is close to its recent 52 weeks high. So I think there might be a couple of backholders that are happy to sell now as the stock reclaimed the highs and they can get out at break even or for a small win, so or a small loss. So I think this is what's going to happen. So waiting for STIM to go further sideways before going higher. So this would then be here also on the weekly, probably forming a cup and handle pattern on the weekly. So we've got EH. I got in here on Friday as it broke out this sideways consolidation. I thought, okay, even though it had not touched the 10 EMA yet, I will give it a step. And I got stopped out for a loser. That's all right, I guess. You know, sometimes if you wait for them to touch the 10 EMA, they are going without you. So I think I gave it a try and that's all right. So volume is not really low, above average here on the pullback. So I guess it should be lower, like kind of in this area here. But anyways, So this would have been a nice pullback here. And then, 2 days of sideways consolidation before the next leg up. So I think this might have been a kind of FOMO trade. So last one here, CPIX. CPIX has been going upwards on the weekly chart here. First thing, earnings coming up, and then has been first leg up, going sideways, false breakout here, then going further sideways before the next leg up of about 130%. And I thought, okay, so it had this leg up, going sideways, this leg up, and it might prepare the next leg up. So I gave it a try, got in here on Wednesday, but got stopped out for loss on CPIX. Waiting for a new setup here, sideways consolidation, so it might do the same, right? Might come, false breakout, sideways, false breakout, sideways, and then go. So this is a move of about 180%. So let's see what it does here. So CPIX is going to be on my watch list for next week. Let's see what it does. So overall, these are my positions that I'm holding now. As you can see, there is a couple of big winners. So 650, 700, 900, about 300, 460, 700, 400, and 450. So quite a nice portfolio. I think that I will sell more aggressively in future in order to keep this portfolio small and to keep, I think, more rotation in my overall trading. So opening earlier and closing earlier. Dear traders, thank you very much for watching. So this has been the recap of the 8th week of 2025. I hope that this was very insightful for you. And it definitely is for me. I've got to keep it up. I think I've got to study a bit more. This is what I'm saying every time, kind of. So keep studying, keep learning, keep the curiosity up. And I'm grinding my way up, I guess. That's what it needs. Anyways, I wish you all a very successful trading week. Trade safely. This is Albert with Trading Diary. Take care. Bye.